Hi people, this is Spray Love, and I'm gonna talk about a fragrance I love, Armani Code Absolu. So, I do not own a bottle of that. I have owned twice Code Profumo, which is in the same zone, fragrancely speaking. It's pretty much like the same DNA, but with little tweaks that make each of them distinct but very, very similar. That is why I consider that you should only buy one of those two, not both. It's what I think, and there's other flankers I think that are like similar to these two, but it is not that close to the original Armani Code. If you want more of the Armani Code vibe, go for other flankers, like I think A-List, and I don't know them all by heart, but what I mean to say is there is similarities, but they went in another direction a bit with Profumo, and it is a nice direction they took. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, because Absolu is like the follow-up to that new direction. And this is a very, like, for me, a thing that is indissociable with that one is the warmth of like a fire, like a campfire or a fire more inside the house, you know, a fire in a fireplace. For me, it is like what really is that fragrance. It's something that I see in winter, maybe in the fall, where you're just warming up. It's just very warm. It's got that woodsiness, like fiery woodsiness in it, and it's very sweet and like reassuring, and but still very elegant and very sexy. Like, it's very powerful, it's very confident. It's a fragrance that is like designed probably more for settings like bars and clubs. It makes your presence felt. It's very powerful. It's very sweet. It's very appealing. It's even alluring a bit. Like you smell someone who smells like that, you want to come close, just like a fireplace. You know, it's the same kind of vibe. And yeah, but for me, it's that fireplace. It's that fire that's going on, and yeah, people want to get warm, so they come closer, and that's that kind of warmth. And the sweetness. The sweetness is like very intense in here. Sometimes people compare this to the other sweet fragrances like Paco Rabanne, 1 million, that kind of vibe for fragrances, but it's much more mature than 1 million, but still, it's not like it's still a bubblegum, it's a bubblegum scent, you know. It has that bubblegum vibe to it. And what I mean by that is that it's sweet, and you'll smell it. Like, you smell all those things, like 1 million, Code Absolu, Code Profumo, the other flankers like that. Amen Ultimate. You know, check these out, and you will notice that it is very, like, yeah, there's something like a chewing gum, you know, in there. There's something like that. It's what you call the bubblegum scent. The bubblegum scents in general. And it's so nice. It's very like, you wouldn't think like, oh, bubblegum? But it's not bubblegum. It's the sweetness. It's very, very sexy, in fact. And it's a like confidence grower, you know. It's something that is very like imposing, and it smells a lot, so it projects. It's super long lasting, lasts always all day with this one. but it imposes like an aura. You know, it's Armani, so it's like very confident, very bold. Um, I really like it for that reason. That's why I had owned Profumo twice, and never Absolu, but um, I intend to maybe grab one eventually. Maybe not, you know, but I'm just checking out because I'm lacking that super bubblegum sweet scent that I really like. I've got like Halloween Man X, but it's doesn't do like the same. Like when I put on Absolute today, I was like, but I think it's also due to the memories and good times passed with this fragrance. Well, Profumo, but they're both like. If you ask me, which is better, Profumo, Absolu? They're both like as good. I think you must try them, like try them both until the both samples are completely done, and then you can decide which one did I like better, which one did I want to reach more, which one did I have better experiences with. In my case, for the first two times, it was Profumo. Maybe this time it's going to be Absolu. You know, taste changes, and yeah, Absolu is a bit sweeter, but like grosso modo, it's the same kind of scent. You know, it's not like that different that you must own both and alternate, and it's not really that kind of vibe. And it's not a set that goes away easily, so it's not like I once talked about the combo of l'homme and la nuit de l'homme. L'homme doesn't last long, so you put it on during the day, and when night arrives, you put on la nuit de l'homme, which lasts a super long time. So there's some tricks like that you can do, but I think you can do that. Yes, I think Armani Code doesn't last long. So you put Armani Code during the day, and then you put like Code Profumo or Code Absolu at night, and you'll have the same kind of rotation. It's nice to have like scents like that. Well, you've got like a signature scent, but it's actually two flankers. I don't know. Sometimes it's cool. Like I guess some people would do Legend Night. It's that kind of a nice trick you have, and it also like when you display the bottles, it's super nice. You know, when you've got L'Homme and La Nuit de l'Homme or Profumo and Armani Code, very nice. So I recommend on doing that sort of thing because it's fun, and it's got like this real like synergic energy between the fragrances. But yes, what could I say about Absolu? It's very it's very nighttime warm fragrance. I would like. I guess I used so much Profumo because where I am there is winter. So if like when there's winter, I put it on and I can use it all, you know. But you must remember, these things are like eau de parfum concentration too. You don't need much for it to really stay and really project. Like the concentration is everything, and you don't need big bottles of that. I say that, but I used to. There were small ones, but I used them both. And what I could say about that is, yeah, that time I was like not gauging well enough how much I would have used it. I should have gotten a 60 milliliter instead of 230 milliliters. But still, this fragrance is something that like you can use up on a lot of time. Like you don't need many sprays. You don't need 5 sprays or stuff. Maybe at that time I was overspraying too. You know, those things change, those habit changes. And I remember I used to overspray Profumo, and people like told me like, hey, maybe it smells good, but it smells a bit too intense. And I like toned it down, and people like I got a lot of compliments with Code Profumo because it's very an alluring, very nice, warm type of scent, and it's kind of complex. You know, it smells kind of like it's kind of like an Oriental fragrance. It's not like the real deal. You know, it's not an oud fragrance or something, but it's kind of like has this vibe of a complex, a lot of notes in there, like mysterious kind of fragrance. So try like Absolu, but also try Profumo because you need to decide. And I think there's other flankers, and that I think something like Absolute Gold or something like that. Anyway, check out your local stores or what you can access for as like samples, and try the fragrances that are like. I would even go as far as to tell you go get yourself a Amen Ultimate and 1 million to try every single bubblegum scent you can imagine and pick the best one. They all have this little heart of fire and burning warmth and sweetness and bubblegum sweetness. Try them and decide. And spread love and also spray love. Bye-bye.